everyone, welcome back to Sun League. Apologies about the amount of time between the last video and this. Many things have happened. Illness, concerts, too much heat for my computer to record, to name a few. Anyway, this is a Diamond League game between the two players who are about to be introduced. Enjoy. Hello everyone and welcome to another Sun League game. This is a ZVT, I believe. Down, starting in the bottom left-hand corner, it is our red Zerg, it is Rado. And in the top right-hand corner, it is our blue Terran, it is Mario. Alright, we see that they've already said good luck, have fun to everyone. We're going to move that away for a minute. Let's bring up our production and our control end, I said, and production, so we can actually see what's going on, and we see that immediately Mario has a supply advantage already, although not by much, and, you know, it's really not that extreme, considering this is a ZVT, and most of that is just going to be probes, which he needs right now. Sorry, my throat is a little bit off at the moment. I'm going to take a sip of water while his barracks goes down. We see a hatchery before pool opening here. We still have no pool coming out, even though there's a barracks coming up. This is a Diamond League game, I believe. Probably already mentioned that, but yeah, who's to say, editing being what it is. And we finally have the spawning pool going down now, at the 1 minute mark, which is honestly a little bit late, but sorry, again with the voice. But not that late, as we see that, you know, the barracks is still coming down for Mario, sorry. Just a probe scout here. See if anything weird is going down. We've got the orbital starting to be produced now, and a Reaper coming out on its way to go scout. One would assume, unless he's going to try to be beyond, in which case it's going to be a God Reaper. We still don't have any Zerglings in yet because the spawning pool has not finished as of yet. As we see that this probe, this scout, going to see what it can do. It's going to come in, look around, do a little bit of damage to this SCV. We'll see if Mario reacts in time. He does. Yes, he does. And that probe actually isn't getting much going on, although he now knows there's a Reaper coming in as the Reaper's pulled in to scout that. So we see that everything goes sort of, well, he's got a Queen coming out, 2 Zerglings, 2 Queens now, actually. As that Reaper is sort of just waiting there, not doing anything. And we have a reactor going down. Sorry, a tech lab going down. What's that Reaper going to be doing now? 2 Queens will be out by the time that this Reaper can get down there, and we see that Zergling speed is already being researched. We have another barracks coming down, so this is moving up, and something just checking out there. Not much is happening, though. We see this Reaper finally coming up. As he moves down, he's going to get a few... Oh, and the Queen pops in right on top of the Reaper now. We see he's going to try to get that one probe. Oh, and a lovely spore cannon. That Reaper is going down. Oh, that is just super unlucky for our Terran here. As the Queen just pops out at the most opportune moment as the Overlords are coming in now to scout. Trying to find the best places to go where they're not going to be seen and just instantly burned down by Marines. We see that there currently is... 3 Marines coming out, never mind. There is Stimpack being researched for them. But the Zerg seems to be sort of stuck on just hatchery tech. They haven't gone up to Roaches or Hydras. They're not researching anything as of yet. They currently only got the Zergling speed and they're overmining without actually having a second thing. So is this going to turn into a 2-base all-in? Potentially, not even a Baneling nest. There won't be a Baneling... Oh no, we see the Roach Warren going down now. Where is that? Oh, right where I was looking. Good to know. I'm blind. So we finally see that going down. However, luckily, the Terran has not gone up to much higher, but should be in a better defensive position to hold off this push. Obviously, we've got a factory coming down. Already down. Sorry. With a reactor on the way. Man, I'm just reading everything wrong. However, we do see that there are some Lings on the way in. They're going to come up here and they're just going to dance around, check for a third. However, Lings are not going to be able to deal with this. They're going to need Banelings at the very least. Or just more Lings. As we see the Overlord is coming in to try to deflect those Reapers? Marines away. There's currently no medevacs, although a starport is being built. We see that Overlord is going down, not quite fast enough reaction time for Rado, and he is actually supply blocked now, which is going to hurt him pretty severely. As we see another hatchery coming down, and 2 evolution chambers. One would assume to finally get a lair from one of these. Whoa, that's a very oversaturated mining. I see why he's getting another one. Oop, we had a bit of an engagement happening up here with the Marines, I guess, taking out just one of those lings, which is actually pretty good for that sort of engagement, to be honest. Marines are now just, you know, doing something with their time. Many more Marines coming out of the bunker now. I'm not entirely sure why. But we do not have any Zerglings streaming across the map, so this is not going to be a 2-base all-in from the Zerg, because the Zerg is now just suddenly shooting up economy-wise, upgrades-wise and tech-wise. As we have a lair coming in, we have 1-1 being finally starting off. Although I believe that will still give him an advantage, as we don't see any upgrades coming in. In fact, the eBays are just now coming in for the Terran. Although, those are 2 very fully loaded Doom Drops. We're going to have to see how they do. They have been scouted, however. Do we see any response coming in? We've got Queens. We don't see any more being produced, and currently Hydralisks can't quite be made yet. In fact, can't be made at all. So the only anti-air that we currently have are the Queens. And some Spore Crawlers, which have not yet been placed. So the 2 Queens pick it up. Ooh, that one medevac's been moved away. However, we've got the drops starting to come in. And this base is pretty undefended. There are no Queens here. Some Spore Crawlers are starting to be researched, thank goodness. Where is that one coming in? Although only on the edge of the main. We don't have anything down among mineral lines of either base. As this Doom Drop is starting to come in, the Stim comes in first. This hatchery is pretty much forfeited. I don't see any way that this survives unless something pretty major happens right now. As we see that the Zerglings are starting to come up. That hatchery is just dead. Purely dead as they run off the creep to try to get away from those. You probably need to kill those a bit, actually. That new hatchery is being brought in now, although the Zerglings is coming in, morphing in some Banelings. Meta's army is not very split up yet. We do see Combat Shielders coming up and will be finished soon. And 2 Liberators are coming in. He's noticed the lack of anti-air. And there's still no anti-air coming in for the Zerg player, as we see that those Liberators found a nice little choke point to set up in. But they are target-firing Zerglings, and the thing that Liberators are good at is just mass Zerglings. Because they're not quite siege tanks. They can... Ooh, those Marines are dead. Nice pick up there to be able to take those out. Those Liberators need to move out of the way now. Those Queens are going to pick them up really fast as those Liberators getting out. But that one Liberator is getting very low on health and is just able to survive. As we now see that production has more or less halted for the Zerg player. Ooh, how did I manage to switch those around? That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. I've now switched them around somehow. How the bloody hell did I do that? As Rad has sort of moved off. He can't actually see much about what's happening inside the Terran right now. He will very soon, however, see that he's moving up to a 3rd base. We currently have pretty massive production here, but only really Marines. Do we even have Marauders coming out? Not really. It's pretty much all reacted Marines. Where is that scan coming in? Over here just to pick up all of those creep tumors, which is a good idea. Try to get rid of those while he can. And we see that the Zergling army... Neither player has really moved off, you know, your base units here. We've got Zerglings, Banelings for the Zerg, and just Marines. Straight Marines. For the Terran. Although the Liberators mixed in and the Medevacs may just clinch this for him. As he's able to do it. Where is this? There's a fight happening. There we go. Oh, those rocks are being burst down now. As we see that there's a large amount of Zerglings coming in to run by on the 3rd. And they've not been spotted by the Terran. He needs to lift off right now. Get that out of there. Right this second. That mule is pretty much dead. He cancels and lifts off right on time. Those Zerglings can't do anything because they can't shoot up. There's an SCV coming in. That SCV is dead. He cannot get out of there on time. He needs to stop rallying those SCVs there. He needs to realize there's an SCV coming. Oh, never mind. The Zerglings are just running away. We've got the one buried there, and they're running away. But we see that there's a huge Doom Drop in the main. And those Banelings are coming in, and they're going to clean complete. They're not even going to be able to clean it up because everything's already dead. But the Liberators on the main, on the natural work line, have pulled away. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak fast. They've pulled away mining time. Mining time has been reduced, and those probes have been destroyed. We're at 16 workers killed by the Terran. That's insane. What is that? Like 2-1 by the Zerg. Mario is in a very good position now. He's got a 40-ish supply lead. And this Zergling army and this Zergling Baneling army is going to need to do some pretty serious work to make up for this advantage that we've got here. As the Liberators deciding that one Overlord's not, you know, not too severe. Marines with combat shields now. We have to see the upgrades. We've got combat shields and 1-1 for the Terran. Zergling speed and whatever the fuck that is, I think, and 2-2. And also just 1-1, sorry, for the Zerg. However, he does have Zergling. He does have Berry, and I think he's moved that to an inefficient place, to be honest. I could be wrong. We see that the Zerg has retreated back to his main base with all of his units. He needs to seriously build better things. We've got some infestors coming out. They could maybe do something. You'd have to get some pretty good fungals off, though. This army is susceptible to fungals, however. And so they could be very effective. We see a whole bunch of tech labs going down for the Terran. Although none are on any... There's only the one tech lab. Finally researching some marauders. Although, I don't see any marauders out on the map. So I'm not sure what he's researching them for. In fact, if we go over to units... 52 Marines. There are 0 marauders there. As we see that there are 7 infestors. They're going to be able to do some work. But I just don't know how effective they're going to be yet. Where are those 7 infestors? Just on the front line at the moment. And they currently only have fungal and marine. They do not have infect or whatever, parasitic, whatever that's called. I honestly don't remember. As we see that the big, giant Terran army is moving out right now. There is a Spire coming in from the Zerg, but I don't know what that could do at this point. What even is this? This is an upgrade I've never seen before. A tech lab on Starport. Oh, it's... yeah, okay. Where is this army here? Here we go. As we see, this army is coming in now. Is there anything coming in to surround it? There's a huge amount of units protecting that. Nothing. Whoa! Quite a few Banelings just morphed in. We'll have to see if they do come to anything. Are they going to roll straight in on that army? They might be able to do something. The Terran army's just sitting there. Those Liberators aren't sieged up. The Terran Mario was obviously doing just a little bit of macro there. Not paying too much attention. We've got a whole bunch more Zerglings and Banelings being morphed in. How many Banelings do we have already? We see that there's 39 Banelings. They're going to be able to just demolish the ground forces of that army. But there's just nothing that shoots up. We see a Widowmine getting picked off there. But the Terran now knows where the Zerg's coming from. The Zerg had... oh, and one big Widowmine shot goes off. 2 big Widowmine shots go off. The Terran knows that an army's incoming, but that army is pretty much dead. So the second half of the army's going to have to do most of the work here. But there's huge Banelings that is rolling in. Unfortunately, he's had some pretty decent splits. A whole bunch of infested Marines come out, and they do shoot up. As those infestors get burned down a little bit, we can see the Zerg isn't actually producing anything. Ooh, those are some dead Marines. The Medivacs are retreating away. Did all the Liberators just get killed? I think nope, they've all moved into the mains, to the mineral lines. They're going to get some serious work done. As we see, 21, 22, the workers have finally moved away. And the infestors are coming in to get some anti-air up. Ooh, a decent fungal there. But it's going to get away before... oh! That is a nice fungal. As the Terran is now having to use all of his scan energy up to do anything here. But those infestors, they're just going to keep fungaling you to death and then marine you to death too. They have Marines, and those Queens are moving in. That Spore Crawl, I think these are 3 dead Liberators. Yes, they are. So that's pretty much the entire Liberator force of the Terran gone. He's going to take... those are some expensive units, and they're going to take a little bit to rebuild. However, we see there's already 35 Marines back on the field. There's 6 Medivacs, so they are going to be able to defend any push that the Zerg isn't apparently going to do. We see Thors are coming out now as well. So I think the Terran is going to be hold any sort of counter push. As we see, that Spire is just sort of sat there and nothing is being done with it yet. Yeah. Oh no, there's some Corruptors, never mind. I think that's mostly just there for the anti-air. However, the Thor is going to... there's a few more Thors built up. The Thors and Marines will eat through that. Let's just zoom out a little bit. As we see that the Zerg is finally gearing up for a push, but the Marine has a lot of map control on his half of the map. We see a sort of diagonal line here. As the Widowmakers are gearing... the Widowmakers? Yes, playing Overwatch now. Widowmakers moving in to snipe. No, the Widowmines, sorry, are moving in to just sort of protect this army. That one Thor is very exposed at the back, though. He's going to be able to take out some of those Zerglings, but those Banelings are moving in, and... oh, they aren't enough. And those Corruptors are moving right over him and taking a nice Widowmine shot, too. The Corruptors, you need to actually do something. Oh, my goodness. The auto turrets are coming down. They're going to do some pretty decent work as that Thor has to move. Is also doing some pretty good work on the Corruptors. Corruptors aren't very good anti-Thor units, as it turns out. Shocking. The Infestor's getting some great fungals down though. As we see that this battle is happening on too big a screen for me. Most of the Zerg forces are dead though. The Zerg is currently sitting at less than half the supply of the Terran. I think this is it. The Zerg is going to need to pull off some insane response with these 8 Zerglings and 2 Roaches coming in. I think this is GG and the Zerg just hasn't called it yet. I don't see how this game goes on any longer, especially with this drop moving over. That Spore Crawler is seen in time and the Ravens are going to move out. The Marines come down, they're going to take out that Spore Crawler pretty fast, if they even bother to. There we go. And that's even more workers killed for the Terran. 52 workers killed, 200 units killed total to 98. This has been an insane game, but I think this Terran has been on top the entire time, and Mario is going to take this home. We're just waiting on the Zerg to actually call it at this point. I just don't see anything the Zerg can do. They've got not enough. Those Ravagers maybe, but they're going to need to get some killer Ravager shots off to do anything at all. Now, those Corruptors, 2 of them, not going to be able to do much. I think the units left screen is going to be more use right now as we see that those Widowmakers are moving in first. Widowmakers, that's what they're called now. Those things are Widowmakers, not Widowmines. Those Bile shots are coming in and there's just not enough of them to do anything. A whole bunch of good fungals and some pretty decent Ravager shots. There's just too many units for the Terran. It's 165 supply to 23 and GG is called. Thank you very much for watching this Sun League. Don't forget your homework for watching this is to go and play some ladder games and tell me how you went in the comments below. All StarCraft is, it's a pain to get on ladder. This has been a Diamond League ladder game. Let me know if you're Bronze League, if you're Grandmaster, if you're Diamond. How did it go? What happened? Were you floating 2,000 minerals by the end like Mario, even though he won? He really didn't need to be floating any less, to be honest. So thank you very much for watching. And again, apologies for the big break. As I explained earlier, I would assume in the edit, a whole bunch of crap happened. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and good luck. Have fun, everyone.